Allegation of sexual misconduct against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh.
Court claims that a drunken Kavanaugh groped her and tried to pull off her clothing at a house party in the 1980s.
Explosive allegations against Donald Trump. In one night, at least 4 women come forward claiming they were sexually assaulted by Trump.
All of a sudden, his hands were all over me.
Several women have come forward accusing Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore of sexual misconduct.
Mr. Moore reached over and began groping me and putting his hands on my breasts.
Jane Doe number 5 went public with her extraordinary allegation that she was sexually assaulted by Bill Clinton 21 years ago.
And then all of a sudden, he turned me around and started kissing me.
New questions tonight about the character and judgment of Clarence Thomas one night before the Senate votes on his nomination to the Supreme Court.
He spoke about acts that he had seen in pornographic films on several occasions. Thomas told me graphically of his own sexual prowess.
Insisting in a statement, this is a completely false allegation.
These attacks involve a minor, and they're completely false and untrue.
These claims are all fabricated. They're pure fiction, and they're outright lies.
I deny each and every single allegation against me today.
President Clinton's attorney, David Kendall, released a statement saying any allegation that the president assaulted Mrs. Broderick more than 20 years ago is absolutely false.
He has just been such a stand-up guy, full of integrity.
This is not anything that he would ever do. He helped me with my homework.
And he has always been an officer and a gentleman.
Nobody has more respect for women than I do. Nobody.
He's very warm and friendly, sort of like a friend or a father.
I had 2 women chiefs of staff when I was governor. I've had nothing but women leaders in my office since I left.
Ford claims that she decided to come forward at this moment out of, quote, civic responsibility. But the timing, suffice it to say, is curious.
Isn't it strange that after 40 years of constant investigation, people have waited to 4 weeks prior to the general election to bring their complaints?
Did they ever check the background of these women?
I think they want either fame or her campaign did it. And I think it's her campaign.
You think it is conceivable that Professor Hill might really think this happened when it didn't?
I think that's the only conceivable answer, Senator.
I think you can expect more and more of these stories as long as they're down there handing out money.
It's about abortion. Does anyone really believe this story would have surfaced if Brett Kavanaugh had pledged allegiance to Roe v. Wade? Of course it wouldn't have.
A desperate attempt to stop my political campaign for the United States Senate.
If you look at Bill Clinton, far worse.
As a black American, as far as I'm concerned, it is a high-tech lynching for uppity blacks who in any way deign to think for themselves.
This vast right-wing conspiracy that has been conspiring against my husband since the day he announced for president.
Donald J. Trump will become the 45th president of the United States.
15 years after leaving office, Bill Clinton's popularity numbers are sky high.
The Alabama GOP announced it is standing by Roy Moore.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Great pleasure. Thank you.
An accusation of 36-year-old misconduct dating back to high school has been brought forward at the last minute in an irregular manner.
What happens at Georgetown Prep stays at Georgetown Prep. That's been a good thing for all of us, I think.